everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is my podcast, Up in the Clouds. We are here for episode 19. Hello, my loves. How are you? I hope you guys have been well. I guess I should give you guys a little life update. It's been about 2 weeks since I posted an episode. I've kind of been just going through a lot. I've been kind of busy, trying to keep off my phone, off social media. I've just been going through a really hard time. Just been really kind of heartbroken and sad. And I've kind of been like going to work, coming home from work, and literally going to bed at like 6, 7 at night, just because it's easier to go to bed than like be stuck in my brain. Yeah, so we've just been dealing with a lot, and I've just been really low energy, and when I am with people, I'm just kind of like really focused on them. Like last weekend, one was like celebrating one of my friends' birthdays on Friday and then another friend on Saturday, and I was like barely on my phone. I didn't post anything, just because it was like a lot easier for me to just kind of be like focused in the moment and super present and try not to think about things that I'm going through. And yeah, so it's been rough, but I'm trying to work through it, and it kind of gave me the inspiration for this episode. Sort of like feel your feelings, but don't let them control you. So good feelings, bad feelings, just like feeling your feelings. Without feelings, we are shells. Without feelings, there is nothing, having feelings are important, and recognizing your feelings are important. Giving your feelings validation and recognition, like I see you, I know you're there, and just not pushing them away and ignoring them. I would probably be in a completely different situation if I didn't push my feelings away all the time. I feel things, and sometimes it freaks me out, and then I get scared and I run away, and then I end up in situations like I'm in now. That's not healthy, and I'm realizing that it's not healthy, and trying to get better at expressing my feelings. And I'm trying to get better at, not just being the rock for everybody, to let someone be the rock for me. I am the person that I want all my friends to come to with all their problems. I am the person that most of my friends come to about all of their problems, and I don't go to anyone about mine. I don't talk to anyone when I'm struggling. If anything, I go into hermit mode, or I just completely just don't even acknowledge them. I just shove them away. For so long, I've lived that way. I mean, even when I was a kid, and I still do that around my family. My family, like, half the time has no idea what's going on in my life, because I'm the comedian. I'm the one that keeps everyone laughing. I'm the one that's always, being a goofball, or being joking, or like some sort of like, if the light is on me, I'm making jokes. I don't really open up. I don't, I'm very closed off. And that's just something that I've been trying to work on. And I feel like it's important to share my experiences with that, because I feel like there are a lot of other people in the world that live their lives that way, and it's not healthy. And I was really inspired because every morning I listen to Alan Watts, like a lecture of his. And one morning when I was getting ready last week, when I was, to that point where I was literally crying while doing my makeup, because I was just so sad, and I just didn't want to even leave my house. And I was just like crying and thinking about things that had happened. And this episode came on that was about feelings and how important it is to feel your feelings. And it resonated with me and hit me in a way that I was like, oh my God, like this is exactly how I live my life. This is exactly what I do, is I push feelings away. And when you do that, then you just sort of live. And then one day you just kind of crack, kind of like what happened to me. I just was so up. And then I got scared. Like I was like, everything was too good. Like I had to like mess it up for myself almost in a way. And I don't know why I do things like that. I don't know why, you know, I'm sure I'm not the only person. I'm sure there's plenty of other people who do things like that. They get too scared of being too happy, or get too scared of feeling too much, or get scared because they think they're falling in love, or, you know, think they are in love, or, you know, get scared because things have never gone well for them, and so they sabotage. And it's just super important to recognize those behaviors, and super important to self-reflect and notice when you're doing things like that, preferably before you ruin things or your life or relationships with people, because you get stuck in that cycle, and getting out of that cycle is really hard and difficult, because a lot of the times we don't notice that we're doing the things that we do until it's too late. And that's why I'm here, because I feel like, you know, I go through things to be relatable, to have these experiences, to share my experiences with others, to help others, because I truly believe that I was put on this planet to help other people. And I truly believe that I'm a healer. And, you know, sometimes healers have to go through their own shit to heal from, to help other people heal from things, you know? And so that's why I'm here. And that's, you know, why I'm talking about this. So how do we stop self-sabotaging? How do we let ourselves feel feelings? How do we open ourselves up? You know, I feel like a lot of it has to do with the root, like where has it started? When I was younger, obviously my parents went through a really, really bad divorce. I feel like I was forced to grow up super early. My dad is a very like emotionalist person. He doesn't really show a lot of emotion, except for bad emotions like anger. That's kind of like the only time I actually know like what he's feeling is if he's angry. And on the other spectrum, like my mother is very emotional. Like you can read her like a book. You know what mood she's in the minute she walks into the room. And so it's two extremes, one from the other. So when I was living with my dad, it was just sort of like bottling and bottling and bottling and bottling. And living with my mom was like kind of eggshells, because I didn't know like what mood she was going to be in depending on the day. And I just sort of deflected, and I just sort of never learned how to express emotion. And when I love so hard, but I don't show it, because throughout my life, like people that I've loved have left, or people that I've loved have left this earth. And so I feel like that kind of damaged me into a way of being afraid of expressing. So what I have been trying to work on is journaling my feelings, because I feel like writing anything to express emotion is showing emotion. It's giving that emotion the time of day. You're not shoving it away in a box. You're not telling that emotion that you don't want to feel it, so you're not feeling it, you know? You're not numbing yourself. I've definitely been numbing myself when being around. The only time I've hung around anybody in these past 2 weeks since everything happened has been drinking, like being in a social setting. I have not hung out with anybody alone, because I just haven't had any energy, or sober, because I just don't have it in me to pretend like I am okay. And like at work, I have a face, like everyone has their work front, you know, and it's hard when you're going through something and you don't know how to talk about it with people, or you don't feel comfortable talking. It's not even that you don't know how to talk, but you just don't feel comfortable talking about your shit with other people, because that's like not your persona, you know? And so reflecting on it, writing about it, talking to yourself, or maybe trying to find someone that you trust completely to talk about things, I think is super important. There has to be somebody on this planet that you feel comfortable enough to talk about things with. And, I feel like I'm like being a hypocrite because I can't like there are certain friends I tell things over certain friends, and there are some friends I tell things over other friends, but I am not 100% transparent with anyone at all. Like no one knows what I'm going through the 100% of the time, because I just don't know how to do that. So how I'm working on opening myself up is through journaling, is through, this, through these podcasts, through my channel. Why do I feel like I can, talk to a camera over talking to some of my closest friends? I don't know. It's something that, like I said 1,000 times, I'm working on. And I feel like it's important because feelings are important. Feelings are validated. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel heartbroken. It's okay to feel angry. It is okay to feel things that aren't good emotions sometimes, because we're human. There are going to be things in life that make us sad. There are going to be things in life that make us angry. But that doesn't mean that we have to let those feelings control us. And I'm taking back my feelings of being completely destroyed and trying to come back from that. Because everything we go through is for a reason, and everything that happens to us happens for some purpose, whether it is, to get us on the path that we're supposed to, whether it is to, wake us up to something, whether it is something to make us stronger, or whether it's something that we have to go through so that other people can relate to, so that we can relate our situations with other people. And as much as it sucks, and, we just want to feel happy all the time, that's the goal. We like life, you just want to be happy, you just want to enjoy life, but sometimes things happen that are out of our control. And allowing yourself to feel your feelings is really important, because when you get down to the inner root of why you're feeling that way, like when people say that they're depressed and they don't know why they're depressed, or they're anxious and they don't know why they're anxious, or they're just angry all the time and they don't know why, there is a reason. And a lot of the times we are either blind to our own reasons and shoving it down that they're we're just sad because we're sad people. There is always a reason for everything that we feel. And it's super important to acknowledge those feelings and feel those things, because when we push things away for so long, ultimately we crack, or ultimately we self-sabotage, or we break down. I've definitely had moments in my life in the past where I put up this front that I was good, that I was so happy, that life was so great. And then you would get me drunk enough and I would be sobbing to you, telling you how awful my life was, or how much I hated my life. Because I put on this front and I shoved it down so far, and it took a substance, a depressant, to get it out of me of what was actually going on into my life. And that's not healthy. And learning to feel your feelings, acknowledge your feelings. I am sad, I am depressed, I am angry, I am happy, even good feelings. Being able to acknowledge all of your feelings, feel your feelings, and tell your feelings that they are validated, they are important. Because when you don't feel your feelings, when you don't tell yourself that what you're feeling is important, and when you shove it all down, how you feel about yourself is the most important thing. And feeling and acknowledging your own feelings is so much more important than I think we realize, and I think I even realized. because I was just trying to be this rock. I was just trying to be the person that everybody needs in their life, but I wasn't being that person for me. I was being that person for everybody else. And I still do that. And I've sort of like had to like go into hermit mode to like realize that the most important relationship that you have is the relationship that you have with yourself. You're going, and then you're gonna self-sabotage a relationship with potentially your soulmate because you don't think you're good enough for them. When in reality, you're the only one that's telling yourself you're not good enough for them. You're good enough for literally whoever you want in this world. But it's your own limitations, your own beliefs, your own feelings towards yourself that create that reality that you're living in. And that's sort of the whole point of this, is just like to feel. It is okay to feel. It's not normal to not feel. It's not normal to just like think you're above feeling. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay to cry. It's okay to want to be alone because you're upset, or you're just having an off day, or you're just in a really bad mood. It's okay. And I feel like not enough people say that. I feel like because our focus is so on wanting to be happy and wanting to share this persona, that this person, I'm so happy, everything's so great. But sometimes that's just not the case. And it's okay. It really is. It's really fine. And I'm not only talking to you, I'm talking to myself too. Because I forget that it's okay to not be okay. And, to really not be so afraid of your feelings. If you feel something for someone, if you feel anything, express it. Show it. What is there to like lose? Why have we been so conditioned to think that it's not okay to feel anything other than happy? And I feel like that's why we have so many mental issues, like mental health issues, mental health struggles as a generation, as the generation below us. I feel like we, as millennials and the Gen Zs, we all struggle so much with mental illnesses, way more than our parents. And maybe because it wasn't as talked about, it wasn't as much awareness, so, people weren't getting diagnosed for it. But I just feel like we, I feel like I was taught that like my feelings didn't matter, how I felt didn't matter. So I never expressed them. I just had to always just be happy. And I felt like being anything other than happy was wrong. Because that's what we're kind of taught. Maybe not everybody, but crying makes you look weak. Being sad is weak. It's not. It's not. It's normal. It's not normal to not have feelings. If you don't feel anything, then you're a robot. And we're not robots. We're humans. And we have emotions. And, so what do? How do you shift that, You need to tell yourself. You need to push away all those beliefs that you grew up having. You need to push away all the things that you tell yourself. And you need to start shifting it into, it's okay that I'm not okay. It's okay that I feel anxious. It's okay that I feel depressed. It's okay that I'm heartbroken. But don't let those feelings control your entire life. Acknowledge the feelings, feel your feelings, and learn from them. Okay, I'm sad. what would make me happy? And it's not just saying like you're trying to shift away from that sadness. You're still acknowledging the sadness. I'm talking about telling yourself that you're not sad when you actually are sad, or telling yourself that you're, and then, having a breakdown or whatever. Obviously, being happy is super important, but there are other emotions that we are allowed to feel other than happiness. But I'm saying, like, if you are sad, if you are depressed, if you are heartbroken, acknowledge that and say, okay, what do I do from here? How do I pick myself up from this? How do I figure out the root of this? Where is this coming from? Why am I sad? Why am I depressed? Why do I push people away when I start to have feelings for them? Why do I do this? Why do I do that? It's getting to the root of why we react and why we do the things that we do when it comes to our emotions and our feelings that lead us to being healthier with our emotions, so we stop that toxic cycle that we have within ourselves and then with our relationships with others as well. Because when you're, toxic with yourself, you're going to be toxic with other people. And sometimes you're going to hurt other people, even when you hurt yourself. And you might not even see that you're hurting other people because you have convinced yourself that they don't even care. Because nobody cares about, your emotions unless they're good. But, acknowledge, allow, and feel. Feel your feelings, but don't let them control you. I feel like that was a lot. So let's all just collectively just take a deep breath. In through your mouth, out through your nose. Can't really breathe because of my allergies, but we're trying. Feel your fucking feelings. If you're sad, it's fucking okay. If you want to cry, cry. Don't hide your emotions or hide your feelings, because then you're going to it's going to build and build and build and build and build. And then one day you're just going to break, because we're not super heroes. We don't have these, we can't just swallow everything that we're feeling all the time and just put on this mask and put on this show. It's all right. It's okay to feel. When I'm saying that, I'm telling myself that. And I'm sorry, this has kind of, been not really a happy episode, but I haven't been happy. And that's okay. And I'm telling myself that's okay, because I feel like I got super stuck into a positivity cycle too, where it was over positive and I was shoving it down my own throat. And then I got to a point where I wasn't happy and I didn't know what to do. I was how do I deal with this again? I don't want to deal with this. But I was so afraid. I was I'm too happy. Things are going too good. I'm feeling too many good feelings. Something has to go wrong. And I ended up being the reason why things went bad. It's fucking crazy. So feel your feelings, acknowledge them, give them the light they deserve, and then give yourself some light, give yourself some love. Take care of yourself. If you're mentally not feeling okay, acknowledge that. Don't keep shoving it down and don't keep pushing that away. The more you push it away and the less that you give it the time and nurture yourself, is then you're just going to spiral. And so feel your feelings, take care of yourself, do something that makes you happy, go on walks, be out in nature. Being in nature is so healing. being by water, being in the grass, being in forests, being, going on, now that it's getting nicer out and it's like kind of pretty much almost summer, I would say. I'm definitely going to start going for walks again every day. To lift myself up again, being in nature is so healing. And sun gazing, being in the sun, the vitamin D, we are not meant to be stuck inside all the time. We as humans, we need that fresh air. We need the nature. It truly, truly does so many amazing. It has so many amazing benefits and so much beneficial, like so beneficial for our health and our mental health, more than people even realize, because we're not taught about it. We're not taught about how just going outside or going for a walk or whatever is so good for us, because they don't, we aren't taught those things. And watching your favorite movie when you're sad, or watching your favorite show, or just doing anything that just makes you smile on your hardest days can really just make such a difference. Cry if you need to cry. Yell if you need to yell. Be angry if you need to be angry. But just remember that your feelings don't control you. You are still your own person, and you deserve to be happy. You deserve to feel good. You deserve love. You deserve happiness. And you are worthy of that. And don't tell yourself that you're not, yourself think that you can't be happy because you aren't worthy of being happy. Because you are. We all are. We're all worthy of it. It's just we, as humans, struggle. And it's okay. It's all right. You don't have to be happy all the time. But you deserve happiness. And you don't deserve to be sad all the time either. And so, it's super important to reflect on the root of where that comes from and how to heal that, because it is a trauma. When you are constantly, you're traumatizing your own self, and it's important to heal that and important to recognize your own behavior with yourself, because you can be toxic towards yourself. So feel your feelings, but don't let them control your life. Because without feelings, we're just nothings. We're shells, we're robots. But we are not those things. We are humans. And having feelings and emotions is all right. But don't let it control your whole life. And don't forget that you're amazing. We all are. We're all amazing. We're all so beautiful. You all are so beautiful. It's really hard for me to get in front of this camera and do this. I have been trying to record this episode, and I've just not been in a good headspace to do that, and I recognize that, and that's okay. Go be with yourself and give yourself some love. Go journal your feelings. Go talk to your feelings. Go record yourself on your voice memo app talking about whatever it is you're feeling. Maybe you'll have some inner breakthroughs with yourself. Just remember, it's okay to not be okay. But it's not okay to keep not being okay. You eventually have to be okay someday. Can't always not be okay. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in this week. I'm sending you all love and good vibes. Please send some back to me. If you like this episode, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for some more updates. I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a beautiful, blessed week. And if there's anybody out there that really needs anyone to talk to, let me be there for you. I love you guys so much. Goodbye.